Hello everybody, how are you doing? Well, I thought we'd take a little trip round memory lane and look around some of the places from my childhood and my younger years here in Kensington in London. Just really take a little look around. And over there we've got my local supermarket, Sainsbury's. Absolutely brilliant. You go in at any time of day, 3 AM in the morning, no queue, do your shopping 24 hours a day. Absolutely massive. And I think that one is one of the flagship stores, one of the biggest and one of the ones that makes the most money in the whole of the UK. And over there just above it you can see my block of flats where I've lived. Well, I've owned for about 6 years now. It's just up there. Well, here we are on Mullet Road in Kensington, and for years on my way to school as a boy I used to walk up this street and I always passed this little fountain here and I always wondered what it's about, and I've been told it's really from the Temperance Society and was promoting not drinking, and it's absolutely a nice little interesting fountain. Always interested me. And over here we've got St Mary Abbots. Well, it used to be St Mary Abbots, it's now Kensington Green. When I was a boy I used to walk up here, as I say, on my way to school, and back then it was a little hospital. I think it might have served time as a convent, and I know it was also a workhouse before that. So that's the old St Mary Abbots there, now Kensington Green. It's been turned into some really swish apartments. Over there we've got my old school, Allendale School, here on Allen Street, which I used to go to as a boy back between 1982 and 1985. So there, it closed down in the early 1990s. I have lots of fond memories of that school. The headmistress, Mrs Jenkins, and Mrs Todd, the teacher, Mrs White. And I remember Mrs Jenkins, the headmistress, had a friend called Mrs Tennyson, who was 105 years old, who we used to visit. And to think she was born in 1880, and right now it's 2008. The headmistress sadly died, Mrs Jenkins, a couple of years after I left, and Mrs White did. I believe Mrs Todd may still be around, but many, many happy memories. And of course in the church you saw, we used to have our carol service. Good memories, 1982 to 1985 that was. So it was a very happy time for me. Over here we've got the old Commonwealth Institute just by Holland Park. See all the flagpoles up here? There used to be all the Commonwealth flags, and there used to be exhibitions on every single country in the Commonwealth and nation, right through there. It always reminded me a bit of the Sydney Opera House for design. Sadly it closed down about maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. Lack of funds and everything. But there it is. Probably just see it through the trees. Sadly the trees have overgrown a bit, but you used to have a clear view of it. And there were the flagpoles over there. And over here we've got Holland Park. I used to come here as a boy. It was once the land owned by Lord Holland. And at the top, you won't be able to see it here, they have Holland House where he used to live. And they still put on open air plays, and I think there's been opera there and everything. Used to come here as a boy every lunchtime to Holland Park. Beautiful park. If you come here there's a Japanese gardens as well and an orangery. Well worth looking out. So if you're in the Kensington area, just off High Street Kensington, be able to have a look around. And over there we've got Sticky Fingers, the restaurant owned by Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones. Been there a few times. A lovely, lovely little restaurant, great for little parties. Bring your friends. And over here we've got Kensington Library, and over there the Kensington Town Hall. Quite a modern building. Interesting design though. And over here we've got London's famous High Street Kensington. Loads of good shopping here if you want to get off the main drag. I've been shopping here for years. I much prefer it to, say, Oxford Street or the West End. It was also home to a very well-known store in the 1970s, 60s and 80s called Kensington Market. You had Freddie Mercury who worked there, and Vivienne Westwood. They both worked there when they were younger. And both stores which closed down about 10 years ago. And of course there was the famous Barker's store, which you can see over there, just up there. Of course Marks and Spencer over there.